Hey everyone, and welcome to day 9 of my 90-day video challenge. Just lost my voice there for a moment. For those of you who are like, okay, Edie, I'm game. You're talking about faceless videos. I don't need to show my mug. What kinds of faceless videos can I actually do? Because I don't really know what that means. I can't remove my face. So what exactly does that mean? Well, today's video is going to answer that for you. I'm going to share 5 different types of videos that you can create that are classified as faceless videos. You can choose to do all of them. You can choose to do any one that resonates with you, but I want to go through them step by step. So I'm going to start with the very first one, which is screen recordings. Now, before I get too deep into it, what I'm going to share is the type of faceless video, and then I'll give you some examples of tools that you can use or platforms that you can use in order to create these types of videos. My personal favorite and the way that I started to create videos when I first started was screen recordings. So basically, you're using screen recordings if you are teaching or instructing or guiding someone through a software, a website, something that is providing a demonstration of some sort of a tool that you can use on your computer or desktop or even on your phone. So the best tools to use for these could be, everybody uses Loom nowadays or some variation of an asynchronous tool like Loom. There's Dub, and then there's some other ones. You can use my old favorite and standard, Camtasia. Camtasia offered, they've been old school. They were like the first tool that I ever knew of that did screen recordings. But now they have a version of it called Camtasia Online, which is free and allows you to do it from your computer wherever you are, because it's a web-based platform as opposed to Camtasia, which is the software that you would have to install on your computer. Other tools are like Kapwing or Capwing, which is another tool that I love for multiple different reasons because it is very multifaceted. And one of the things that it does do is allow you to record your screen. So you can record your screen and yourself or without yourself using any of these tools to create screen recorded videos. Next up is just creating videos with B-roll. So it's stock footage or some sort of an imagery type thing. It could be images that is married to voiceover. It could be yours, or it could be an AI voiceover or someone else's voiceover for that matter. But it basically tells the story or describes whatever it is that you're talking about in the context of the video through either images or footage. And this could be your own created or curated footage where you've gone around and you've filmed yourself doing a variety of different things to express or tell your story. Or you can find this either through the platform that you're using to create the videos, or there are plenty of stock footage and stock image companies that will sell you their images and that you have the right to be able to use. So you can use those in order to enhance the story that you've been that you're creating. Now, some of the tools that you can use in order to create these can be Kapwing or Capwing, like I've mentioned before. This allows you to use their library. Using Kapwing allows you to use their library of stock footage, but they also have an ability to allow you to upload your own. And then you could use tools like Canva. For those of you who probably already have a subscription to Canva because you're using it for all of the brand imagery that you use for your business. So you can certainly use Canva in order to help you create your faceless videos as well. Coming in at number 3 are animated videos. If you want to create fun and engaging videos that are guaranteed to stop the scroll, then animation is the way to go. It's really easy to get started, and you can start with a platform like the one I'm using right now, Runway ML. Coming in at number 4 are slide presentations with narration. This is great if you're educating and you're informing your audience. So Think of it as you're just doing a webinar, but you're specifically doing it as a standalone video. And you just remove yourself from being in that. This would be great if you need to do some sort of a case study, if you're doing something that's technical, that's like a roundup, or if you're doing something where you're teaching and you're just going from one slide to the next. You can use the traditional tools like PowerPoint. PowerPoint actually works well with Camtasia. They have some sort of a partnership, so you can record in PowerPoint using Camtasia, if that makes sense. And you can use tools like Canva, which most of us have. I love Gamma for creating PowerPoints or slides. I shouldn't call them PowerPoints. It's not a verb. And you can also use tools like Beautiful.AI, which is one of my ultimate favorites. Another one that I've just recently discovered, and it's not necessarily for creating the slide presentation, but it sort of technically puts the video together, is Notebook LM. If you've ever seen me talk about it, I do have a video out where I talk about their video overview feature. And basically that just takes all of your sources and it creates a video overview or an explainer video that actually looks like a slide presentation. So if that's something that you would prefer, the only caveat with that is that you won't be able to use your own narration. They provide the narration for you. So Gamma, Beautiful.AI, and Notebook are really great if you don't really have an idea visually what you want your slide presentations to look like. These three tools can automatically create them for you. And last but not least, if you're doing particularly explainer type videos, you might want to use an old school tool that I used to use back in the day called Video Scribe. And that tool allows you to create whiteboard animations. These are really interesting videos that are great for explainers, that are affordable to create, and that allow you to share your knowledge and expertise and your voice without showing yourself. Now, as a side note, there are other videos that you can actually create where they're live action videos, meaning that you can actually see something. And that's where you're just showing with your hands. So that comes in handy if you're ever doing any sort of unboxing, anybody that is interested in doing a craft or maybe even cooking, you can showcase what you're doing without ever showing your face. Now, if you're ready to learn a little bit more about creating faceless videos, I invite you to join one of my three or all three of my workshops that are coming up in September, October, and November. In September, we're doing Kapwing and Answer Socrates. In October, we're going to do Hedra and ChatGPT. And then in November, we're doing Camtasia Online and Gamma. So if you're interested in any or all of these, click the link below or above. Take care.